Yeah, I will post it, JT. Don't worry. Fuck. I was having issues with it when I did it with Jason, but I figured it out eventually. Fuck. Please. Come out, audio. Where are you? Wait. Does it work? I'm getting. It's incredible how we didn't get that play on commentary. I mean, we are. It is streaming right now, but. What if I switch this to 1? Say something, Pooch.
That's a kickoff, and it looks like Stanford's going to return it. You're the play-by-play. I'm stepping in while you're figuring it out. Even though no one's listening, I gotta warm my fucking vocals up.
Yeah, I'm just happy we got it working at least now.
Stanford with 3 losses on the year, most recently coming off of a championship loss to Colorado. In the pocket, running, throws it away. UCF is all over Stanford right now.
Hold on, I'm just gonna post the link in the Discord.
Looked like UCF ran a blitz there, and it's Stanford's going to go out of shotgun again. They're going to go out of shotgun again. They're going to blitz again. Oh, and Stanford's gone. That's gone. That's a go to the halfback. That's not going to be a touchdown, but that's to the 12-yard line. We got ourselves a game here. And fucking CBS can't figure out the audio. This is unbelievable.
CBS has figured out the audio.
Out of shotgun again. You gotta think he's starting to be outside, no? He's not. Oh, what a play! Oh my god. I give it to JT. I would have snapped. I would have snapped after that fucking touchdown. It probably is, but you didn't let it take its game apart here.
Alrighty, everyone. Well, I think we are finally ready to get this going. We only missed 56 seconds, not a big deal.
JT side of things, there are a lot of audibles.
And here we go, 2nd and 4, over the middle, and JT.
Game here.
Can you hear me, Pooch?
Can you hear me, CJ? Or are you just figuring it out?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm talking. Yeah, I'm talking. Oh. I'm talking again. Wait, can you hear me?
He almost missed a fucking extra point.
Why does it say Mike Nunn? So now, Pooch can't hear me. Okay, now you can hear me, but now your audio isn't coming through. So if I switch it back to this, it's this fucking headset, man. Do that, and then it comes out of here. So now, Pooch can't hear me. What if I just make my input, not the mic? Okay, they're gonna switch, which is actually good. Okay, so here's the dilemma. I can either make it so I gotta figure out what I did with Jason, because right now you can hear me. But if I switch back to the way that you can be heard, then you can't hear me, which is confusing. That's the dilemma. I gotta remember what I did with Jason. Okay. So, Pooch, you can hear me right now, right? Yeah, if he's lagging, like, it's his call. Like, he can end the share if he wants. But, it... Okay. I mean, if it's... Yeah, you just let us know. Okay, so right now there's no audio.
If you're lagging, just stop the share screen.
Testing. No, you can hear me, they can't hear you.
Okay.
Oh, wait! You can hear me right now, Pooch, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But I can hear myself.
It has been figured out.
Okay.
But now, remote play is frozen.
Can you mute my voice, please?
Wait, it's back. Okay, we actually have it working. You can hear me,
right.
Everybody can hear you, and it's not frozen.
I'm going to ask for the 5th time. Can you mute my voice?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure why Matt wanted to be muted, but I apologize for the technical difficulties. I don't know what the issue was on that end, but regardless, we are finally here for UCF against Stanford. We've got 2:15 remaining in this first quarter, and it's the UCF Knights with the football as they get a nice little corner route for the first down. That's Kobe Hudson for a gain of 15, and they'll move the chains. For those of you just joining us, UCF took the opening kickoff back for a touchdown, and Stanford responded with a touchdown on their ensuing drive. First down and 10, ball at the 37. Play action for the Knights. Throw over the left side. That pass is caught by the tight end, and they're going to give them enough for the first down. And the Knights will once again move the chains. Quarterbacks have combined 6 out of 7 to start this game, as defense has been nowhere to be found. Jefferson out of the shotgun, 3 receivers to his right, running back to his left, and he'll give it to a running back on first down. Running straight off the right side, another first down for the Knights. First downs on 3 consecutive plays as R.J. Harvey now is 32 yards in this first quarter. Oh, I understood Pooch wrong. Oh, that's not what you meant.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought you were trying to do something, and I was just like, oh, okay, I'll take you off.
No, sir. I could hear myself, though.
That's because it was coming out of my TV. You know, let me just mute the TV. That's the way I had to configure it to make everything work. You can't hear yourself now, right?
All right.
You all good now?
Yeah.
All right.
I could still hear myself on the TV, but
it's a little
professional.
lower, but it's the only way I can hear you with the way the audio's hooked up.
Okay. I can work with it.
Right. So it'll be a 3rd and long for the Knights as those 3 consecutive first downs have been met now with a loss of 7 in the last 2 plays. Third down and 17. A fully loaded gun for Jefferson as he's got 3 receivers to his right, 2 to the left. Calls an audible as the Cardinal back off. 3rd and 17. All day to throw for Jefferson, but he's got nothing. Now he has to scramble. At his 40, throws it away. And UCF will be held to a field goal on their second drive. It'll be a 37-yard attempt straight away to put the Knights back up in this one. Kick is up, and it is wide left, no good. UCF missed the opportunity, and that might be something they regret later in this game.
This is a huge turn of events after that kickoff return at the beginning of the game.
Stanford with the ball in a position to take the lead for the first time in this game. Daniels back to pass, looks left side. He's going to be intercepted on the very next play. And this could go to the house. 10, 5, touchdown Knights. A 25-yard pick six for Antoine Jackson. And UCF flipped the script again. They take the lead 13-7.
Antoine Jackson, a small-town kid, grew up on food stamps, grew up in a single-income household, and to see him playing for UCF is great there with the pick six.
Extra point is up and good, and the bounce house is jumping again as it's now a 14-7 game. Knights will kick it away. That is actually, out of the 4 playoff games, believe it or not, 2 of the 4 games had a kickoff return touchdown to start the game. Both this one and the Oklahoma Sooners starting it off against Kentucky with a kickoff return touchdown. So special teams definitely need some work here in the playoffs. First down and 10 for the Cardinals. Daniels comes back after that interception. He's not going to throw the ball this time. Instead, hand it off to his running back, Irvin, who picks up 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 now for the Cardinal as time continues to dwindle in this first quarter. 3 receivers to Daniels left here out of the shotgun. Irwin, the running back, to his right, along with a tight end off the right side of the line. Daniels scrambles to his right, looks for a man, fires over the right side, intercepted again! And this one could go to the house as well. 10-5, touchdown UCF! Brandon Adams this time does the favors with a 31-yard pick six. 20-6, Golden Knights take the lead even further.
Brandon Adams, one of the most athletic players on the field. What are they doing in Stanford? You gonna take a quarterback out at some point?
I mean, they were saying to do that in the conference championship game. If you remember now, this is 2 consecutive games for Daniels with at least 2 interceptions. He had 4 in the Pac-10 conference championship game against Colorado, and now 2 more against the Knights. And you have to consider if Stanford is considering a quarterback change, because they can't keep turning the ball over like this and expect to win.
And Daniels continues to run out of the pocket before the pocket even starts to collapse.
Yeah, you see right there, and that's a nice little pass over to the tight end on the RPO, as he'll get out of bounds to the 44, a gain of 19 on that one. But you see, yeah, UCF is only blitzing 3 or 4 each play. There isn't really any immediate danger for the Stanford Cardinal right now. But you could say, is Jaden Daniels seeing ghosts? He won't be able to get this final playoff, and that'll put an end to a very eventful first quarter. UCF started it off with a kick return touchdown. The Cardinal responded. A missed field goal gave Stanford the door, and they slammed it shut on themselves as 2 pick sixes have the Knights up 21-7 as we start this second quarter from Orlando, Florida. It'll be a little reverse play to start it for the Cardinal, but they're going nowhere, losing 2 in the process. 2nd and 12, and now they're going to go to the hurry-up offense.
You've got 6 guys on the right side of the field. Daniels has to make the audible there.
Back to pass Daniels. Looking left, dangerous, and it's only going to be an incompletion. He looked for his running back out of the backfield, St. Clair, who was put out as a wide receiver that play, and now a very important 3rd down for the Cardinal. Another fully loaded gun for Daniels with 3 receivers to his right. Daniels has time, looks over the middle, and he throws behind St. Clair. It'll be 4th down, and Stanford has to punt. Well, I suppose that's better than a pick six.
Clemson definitely did not want to play UCF. They didn't mind playing Stanford with Daniels under center.
As this short punt will be returned to the 37-yard line, and the Golden Knights offense will go back to work. They've had the ball considerably less than Stanford. They, of course, didn't get that first drive with the... this might be an interception actually going the other way, but instead it's going to be knocked away. Good pass defense on the deep ball there, but they didn't get a first time out there because of the kick return touchdown. They missed a field goal and then had 2 pick sixes. So correct me if I'm wrong, this is only their 2nd time on offense, and they got 21 points. 2nd and 10 here for the Knights. Trips receivers to the right, just behind the 40-yard line as Jefferson takes the snap. He'll hand it off to his running back, who's got a big hole over the right side. He's got a first down, a gain of about 20 that time, as he picks up to the 46-yard line. That's R.J. Harvey with another big carry. And the Golden Knights running offense has been absolutely lethal to start this game. Do you have any background on R.J. Harvey?
Yeah, small-town kid. Mom, raised him single-handedly. Family's on food stamps, and UCF. There's a flag that could be coming back, and it is on Mr. Amari Knight.
Yeah, that flag was thrown in the area of holding, and you kind of felt like that one was coming back from the start.
Yeah.
It'll be 1st and 17 now for UCF. They're backed up 7 yards into their own side of the field. And
Omari Knight has an IQ, CJ, of 37, just so you know.
37?
Thought that was a little fun fact. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is
over-
higher than Stanford president J.T. Miller.
He's overcome, both of these guys have overcome so much to achieve such prominent status in life. As this pass over the left side will be caught by Penny Boone, the backup running back for UCF, as UCF just says, hey, we'll get every running back involved in this one. They're back to the original line of scrimmage here with a 2nd and 10. Shotgun for Jefferson, calls the snap. He's under pressure in a hurry and just has to throw it away. Lucky that wasn't called a fumble. It'll just be an incomplete pass. Good time for the Cardinal to dial up the blitz on 2nd and 10. That was Gathan Bernadelle, the senior out of Florida, who came in there with the pressure, and now a big 3rd down for this Stanford defense as they try to get off the field and a chance to get back in this game. Jefferson wide open over the left side. He's got his man. He'll take it for 6. Dives to the end zone. Sets off the smoke. And the Knights have a 3-touchdown lead in Orlando.
Stanford came in the league this year. They ran their mouth. They said they were going to be better than everyone in this league. And you got to ask yourself, UCF is winning to the point where is a mercy rule going to take place here?
Well,
do they put the backups in? You want to have your guys fresh for a 2nd-round matchup against Clemson. If you're UCF, Stanford's not going to come back. Stanford's not going to win.
Well, this drive is absolutely vital to Stanford. If they can get the touchdown and take a lot of time off the clock, they do get the ball to start the second half. This drive has to result in a touchdown no matter what. I don't think a field goal is going to do much for you. But clock management also has to be at the forefront of the Cardinal mind. It's a position they've dug themselves into with these 2 interceptions. Daniels back to pass on first. A little Texas route out of the backfield. Has his running back. That was Irvin. And that's good for 11 yards and a 1st down as the Cardinal go with a hurry-up offense. We're just under 3:20 to go first half. 28-7 Golden Knights here in this college football playoff. That's another pass over the middle. Caught. Gain of 9. It'll be 2nd and 1 now to the 45.
These underneath routes are not getting it done, CJ. Is it just me? It's every single play. All Daniels is throwing are these underneath the drag routes. That's it.
I mean, they're not being intercepted, at least. Here's a handoff on 2nd and 1 as the Knights went to strip that one, but no peanut punch there. Cedric Irvin does fall forward for the 1st down. He's only had the ball 3 times. You see, the Knights have been running the ball with authority, and Stanford hasn't been running the ball at all. But they're going to have a nice throw right here as they're across the 30-yard line of UCF, down to the 27, and a big 1st down for the Cardinal as Daniels
It's a great catch.
Daniels finally finds a man in white.
CJ, it's a great catch. It wasn't a great throw by Daniels. The tight end had to turn around and catch it. It could have been a touchdown, I think.
It definitely could have been. Here's another little underneath throw. He's got the 1st down. He's going to be to the 10-yard line. And they're going to call it just short of 1st and goal. So technically, Stanford can get a 1st down on the 1-inch line, I believe, here. Just before the 2-minute warning, they're not worried about taking clock. And they're going to throw this one dangerously over the middle, but it is going to be completed. And they're down to the 3 now. 2nd and goal. Cardinal moving quickly. They're going to try and score, it looks like, before the 2-minute warning. Maybe get the ball back. Irwin takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford.
You needed that drive if you're Stanford.
That's a big touchdown with their demented-looking tree mascot in the shadow of the goalpost.
What is that about, CJ?
That is. I think I complimented him by saying that. UCF will...
Did you know
Go on.
JT Miller is the president of Stanford is openly going out with the quarterback? Like, have went on multiple dates.
That is a big allegations. Do you have anything to back that up?
I saw them out on a date together.
What were you doing in California?
Just hanging around.
Wow. That is groundbreaking news. As here's an end around and a big one for UCF, and they might get these 7 points back right now. Harvey's to the 20, sidesteps his way to the 15, and he'll be down after a massive gain. And the Knights again set up in the red zone as Stanford's defense couldn't answer the call.
Stanford has complained about their schedule, about their opponents this season, UCF is a similar team roster-wise to Stanford. They've got no excuse right now. They're getting outplayed. They're getting embarrassed. And as a matter of fact, they could get demoted to a different league after this. This is a joke.
You're talking about Division II.
I'm not only talking about Division II, my friend. I'm talking about high school. This is embarrassing. And if JT Miller was allowed within 50 feet of a high school, he might be coaching a high school team after this.
We do remind you, this is Commissioner and also the AD of the Clemson Tigers, Matt Pucciarelli, has another touchdown here for UCF on a throw over the middle as he finds Mason for the score, and UCF restores their 3-touchdown lead. So what he says, it can happen. He does not speak baseless claims, as the Knights kicker might not be able to kick a 37-yarder, but he can kick a 20-yarder. He's 5 for 5 on extra points. 35-14, UCF take the lead with 1:28 to go in the second, and now Stanford. This is what happens when I said they did not manage the clock well, and now they're forced to score again after giving UCF a boatload of time. But arguably,
this game is over.
I wouldn't say it's over just yet. Maybe
it's over. It's over.
There's still a lot of football to be played. As Irvin here is going to get a handoff, he'll take it out of bounds after a gain of 3. Still plenty of football to be played. We've seen crazy upsets and comebacks in this.
Did you see that Ohio State-Georgia game before?
That was almost a wild comeback for Georgia. And they were down by 3 touchdowns in the second half. So, hey, they were just an onside kick away. Who knows? And I've heard that Stanford has been putting a lot of work in on their onside kickoffs. So, something to watch potentially later in this game.
You can't throw to a drag out here.
1st and 10 for Stanford at their own 43-yard line. Back to pass. Daniels all day to throw. That time starting to deteriorate. He's scrambling around. He doesn't know what he wants to do. Now he wants to take it and run. And he slides forward for a gain of 7. Way to make something out of nothing there. As the Cardinals are at midfield with a minute to go and the clock is rolling. Daniels out of the shotgun again, a fully loaded gun with 3 receivers to his right. Daniels gets the snap, looks for a man over the middle. Now he's going to fire, and he's going to hit St. Clair, but he couldn't hang on through the contact. 3rd down and 3 coming up for the Cardinal, and I would have to assume this is 4-down territory.
It just doesn't look like the same team that we've seen play Colorado close 2 games this season.
3rd down and 3. Daniels calling a lot of audibles at the line. And he goes to his running back, Irwin, out of the backfield. But again, it was jarred loose. And 4th down and 3. And, you know, I didn't say the game was over yet, but this might be the game right here for sure. 4th and 3. If UCF get the ball back right here and end up putting another touchdown on the board before halftime, it's going to be very hard for Stanford. Daniels back to pass over the middle, and he does get the 1st down. With 44 seconds left, it's number 44 who comes down with it. And guess what? They're at the 44-yard line as well. Do those numbers mean anything for a comeback? I don't know. But this pass is caught over the middle and another 1st down for Stanford. They're into the red zone with 33 seconds to go, and they still have all 3 timeouts as the clock will stop as they get a 1st down until they get to the line of scrimmage.
I know the clock stops here, but would you call a timeout just to call some audibles if you need to at the line? I mean, that's 4, 5, 6 seconds. It's poor clock management.
You want to talk about poor clock management? That was a poor pass by Ashton Daniels. Had his man wide open, and that might have been a big gain for potentially even a touchdown. 24 seconds to go. Stanford has done a good job of milking the clock. I don't think UCF will have much time. As Daniels over the middle, another dangerous pass nearly intercepted. It'll be 3rd down and 10 from the 19. And Pooch, can Stanford kick a field goal on this drive, or do they need to?
No, and the only Ash I want is the one catching my Pokemon for me, not playing quarterback for my school. I don't think you kick the field goal here. I think you need a touchdown.
I fully agree. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Daniels right side. What a diving catch made by St. Clair. He's down to the 4, and he keeps Stanford's playoff hopes alive with that catch right there. 1st and goal coming up for Stanford.
And you call a timeout there, right? But you don't call it before. You could have another play right now, CJ, if you would have called the timeout before.
Well, I think he's just trying to milk as much clock as he can, and I think he did a pretty good job of it. As the Knights are in the end zone, St. Clair with the 4-yard touchdown reception, and we're back to a 2-score game, and UCF is only going to have 12 seconds to answer. But they have had a lot of big plays. And
there's that tree again. I don't like that tree. I don't like that tree.
I told you. I told you I was complimenting it on the last touchdown. Who do you think allowed that tree to be their mascot? I have no idea. Another big kickoff return here for UCF potentially is ruled out, as they were able to get to the 30, and now if you're UCF, you missed a 37-yarder. What would you say is the target line right here with 8 seconds to go to get 3 more on the board and make it a 3-possession?
I think it's very simple. The target line is you put 35 points up and a half. You don't care if you score a field goal here or not, because Stanford has to stop throwing interceptions. But when your IQ is 35...
Well, talking about interceptions, there's a huge one, and he can take it to the house! Is it the 15, the 10, the 5? Touchdown Stanford, Colin Wright! And the Cardinals will get it back to a 1-touchdown game, and they get the ball to start the second half. What a mistake from the Golden Knights!
Grew up, single-family house, single-parent household. Mom was on food stamps. Coach drove him to every game, and gets a pick six there. That's huge. What are we doing?
Taking a knee?
Oh, this isn't right.
What?
This is not right.
Is he going to call a timeout with 1 second left?
You're down. UCF is getting the ball, and you're out here taking delay of games? Disgusting.
I'm not exactly sure what we just saw, but Stanford will now kick the extra point from 5 yards further. And at halftime...
There's that tree again.
At halftime, what looked like a blowout is now a 7-point game, and Stanford with an opportunity to tie it if they can score on this drive. Well, I tell you, Pooch, these games aren't always over.
Oh no! Stanford gets the ball. Stanford gets the ball. I don't like it. I don't like the way that they're acting. It's arrogant. And if UCF runs their mouth after this game, CJ, I wouldn't blame them.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some questionable high stepping in the Colorado game to say that, and now another very questionable decision, as I think Stanford's just trying to mess with their minds, if anything.
It's these kids nowadays. We saw Clemson punt the ball on first down when they were up by 21, 28 points to Boston College in the ACC championship.
Well, that's your school, so I think those are your questions to answer. But it'll be 2nd and 6 here for Daniels, and he might have a interception!
The running back was open!
What was that?
The running back was open!
That had the makings of a 50-yard passing play. St. Clair was gone up the right sideline. I don't know if Ashton Daniel just tripped or it slipped out of his hand, but you see that momentum Stanford had? Well, you can throw it out like the ex-girlfriend, because now they're back on defense again.
What was CJ? We gotta take Ash out. What are they doing?
That is now 7 interceptions combined in the Pac-10 championship game and in this playoff game. Ashton Daniels, it looked like he was figuring it out, but again, just another bad mistake. And it looks like Stanford's going to bring some pressure here, and the blitz is going to get home again. Another good call on 2nd down to bring the blitz. Jefferson wasn't looking for it, and it was Tristan Sinclair, the senior, who got home. 3rd down and 9. UCF is in field goal territory. They could go up by 2 possessions again, but do they trust their kicker? Jefferson here in the shotgun. Edwards getting pretty close to an offside call, but Jefferson's going down. He's sacked back at the 38-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 16, and we are going to see a 55-yard field goal attempt for the Golden Knights from the right hash mark. Does he have the leg for it? His name is Boomer, and he booms it wide left again, and Stanford takes over as another crazy turn in this wild card playoff. Incredible.
0 for 2. 0 for 2, and this would be a different game if he made one of those, let alone 2.
It's just this game, you can't predict it at all. Like, every time you think you've got it figured out, whether it be UCF blowing it wide open, Stanford coming back, then throwing the interception and a missed field goal. Neither one of these teams want to face Clemson, it looks like. That's the only way I can put it.
And as I'll tell you what, Clemson thinks both of these teams are solid. I think Clemson's got the toughest second-round matchup out of anyone, if they play UCF, if they play Stanford, you know, we got Ohio State there. That's definitely better than Stanford, but you know, what is Ohio State and Stanford have played, what, 20 exhibition games, and Ohio State has never lost a game to Stanford.
Well, back-to-back screen passes right there, and here we go. Stanford's going for it on 4th down at 5 at their own 42-yard line.
This is not smart, I don't think.
Has anything either of these teams done been smart in this game? 4th down and 5. Daniels over the middle. He's got Irwin for the first down. Another 4th down conversion for Stanford as they move the chains and they're into Knights territory. Honestly, correct me if I'm wrong. Whenever you think something is going to happen in this game, the opposite is going to happen. Logic.
I thought this game was over long ago.
Logic can be thrown out the door here in Space City.
What
as
are we
a third
doing?
screen pass attempt on this
What are we
drive is
doing?
incomplete. 2nd down and 10 now at the UCF 46. 3:04 remaining in this 3rd quarter. It's anybody's ball game again.
Do you find it ironic? Is the tree for Stanford or UCF? I'm confused.
The tree is for Stanford. It is the Stanford Cardinal tree.
Okay.
2nd down and 10 is that pass just short over the middle. And again, another 3rd and long situation for the Cardinal. They're at the 42.
That tree looks like it has googly eyes, CJ.
It isn't googly eyes, though. They're just weirdly...
Really?
It looks like it, but they're just weirdly pasted
Yeah.
on. You can see next time, as a little bit of an expect there. This is a deep pass over the middle, and you saw UCF get screwed by a deep play on the left side in the Pac-10 championship game, and they get it back right here. 1st and goal, ball at the 9.
It's a great throw by Daniels, by Ash. And JT, the president of Stanford, there was that picture that got released years ago where he was wearing nothing except googly eyes on his eyes. That's why it reminded me of. Another halfback screen, CJ.
Same result as the first 3, going nowhere on this drive. And
We've got to ask ourselves, when did the drag stop? When did the weird picture stop that he's taking wearing googly eyes? And more drag routes. Here we go.
And it's going to be a touchdown, though, out of the backfield. It's Irwin. And we are an extra point away from a tie game at UCF. And this crowd is silent. You could hear a pin drop in Space City. See,
there it goes again.
They're not googly eyes. They're just...
They're not.
I don't know who thought of that. I don't know what legal drugs in California they were on. But, hey, if you want an anti-drug PSA, it's that.
It's probably that freak JT, the president of Stanford, thinking of that.
No, that was the mascot.
He's a weird little boy.
That was the mascot before he came around.
CJ, this reminds me, we have the whole league here. I heard JT, and I you know, Jason will back me up on this. JT said that he likes girls before.
He has said this.
That's weird. That's a pedophile.
Well, it depends on the age, but the way he stated it can come off as such. I do agree.
And the PXL denounces him. The PXL completely and utterly denounces him as a human being.
That is Commissioner Matt Pucciarelli speaking on the standards of the PXL. As another handoff out of the backfield going nowhere this time. It's a loss of 2. Tristan Sinclair once again getting in the play, and for the first time tonight, it seems like Harvey has been stopped. 5 receivers for Jefferson. He fully loads the gun with 3 receivers to his right, 2 bunched to the left. Jefferson calls motion. He gets the snap. He's back to pass, looking over the right side, and through the lag, it's caught for the first down. R.J. Jefferson has the first. We apologize if there are any quality issues on our end of the screen.
Fucking CBS.
Yeah, we really should have gotten the contract with ABC or Fox. What can I say? They do have the banger outro themes, though. Gotta give them that. 2nd down and 10 now. Ball at the 40 of UCF. They've allowed 21 consecutive points in this game after being up 35-14. Back to passes Jefferson. All day to throw. Now the pressure comes. Deep throw over the left side. Caught! It is caught! Down to the 31-yard line. And these one-on-one balls just continue to be brought down by the receivers with fantastic catches. And UCF in striking range. I didn't see anything on that play. Credit to Jefferson. What a high-pointed throw to hit his man.
He's a visionary.
As here on first down, it'll be a quick pitch to Harvey, who picks up another first down on the ground. He's now 64 yards on 9 carries. At Stanford, they had a huge problem stopping the run against Colorado, and that has carried over to this game against UCF. The turnovers and the poor run defense, two things that Stanford needs to get rid of if they have any hope of advancing. Here's another handoff to Harvey off the right side. This time he'll be met, and he'll actually end up getting thrown forward for a yard, it looked like. 2nd and 6 now coming up as we're under a minute in this third quarter. Second down and 6 for Jefferson. He's got 3 receivers left, and it'll be I don't know if that was a pitch or a fumble that ended up in the hands of number 81 in light blue, but it'll be UCF's ball still is all I can say. 3rd and 11, ball at the 19. It looked like a broken play and a half, but the Knights retained possession, and now they're a 3rd and 11 away if they don't get it from having to try another field goal attempt, which has been a nightmare all day for them. 3rd down and 11. Jefferson over the left side. He's got his man, but he's short of the line to gain. 4th down in inches, and they're going to have a commercial break, it looks like. No, they're going to send the offense out. I don't think they're going to get the play off, but we will go to quarter number 4. We're tied at 35. Who's moving on to round 2?
And CJ breaks out there. The backup comes in now. The backup's going to start commentating the game.
Can you hear me?
CJ, fix your mic.
Can you hear
Okay.
me?
And UCF looking maybe for a QB sneak. Oh my, Stanford stopped him. Stanford has stopped him. And we're going to get a pause here. We're going to get a pause, and UCF looks like they resumed instantly. Instantly they resumed.
Can you hear me?
I could hear you now, CJ.
Yeah, my mic switched off. That was strange. But UCF cannot convert. They did not want to kick another field goal. And now the Stanford Cardinal are in the same position they were in back in the first quarter when it was 7-7, and they had just stopped, or the Knights had just missed a field goal. They have a chance to take the lead after being down 35-14. Pass over the right side, that is caught. And it's a gain of 8. And, you know, we talk about they're running these plays out of the backfield, these drag routes. UCF's not stopping.
Not being stopped. They're not being stopped. And do you think we could see the tree come out for a play on this drive?
I mean, I feel like the tree could come out of the backfield and get a first down at this point. It'll be a handoff to Irwin, and he's stopped just short of the line. 3rd down in inches. As Stanford's still struggling to get this running game going. They're going to come out in an I formation right here. Tight ends off the right side of the line. Daniels squeaks forward for the first down on the quarterback sneaker. Move the chains, 1st down, Stanford. And, Pooch, what is going to be the perception of UCF if they can't win this game that they were up 21 in?
It's tough. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I think the game changed when they threw that pick 6 at the end of the half.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was thinking. As another play out of the backfield going nowhere this time. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 4:04 remaining, quarter number 4. A date with
But Stanford still isn't great, CJ.
What was that?
Stanford still isn't playing amazing. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
As here's another screen pass for Stanford, and this time it is going to pay off for the first down as Irwin gets across the line over the left hash mark, and it'll be a 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. But neither team has played well in this game. Both teams have played incredibly sloppy and made a plethora of mistakes. You've got Stanford with 2 pick sixes. You've got UCF with 2 missed field goals and the pick 6 before the end of the half. It seems like neither team wants to go to Clemson. As here's another first down for Stanford as they're across the 45-yard line down to the 47. And another 1st and 10 with 3:30 on the clock. And now that clock is starting to become the enemy of the UCF Golden Knights. If Stanford can keep milking it and get some points on the board, UCF is going to be in trouble. But I should mention, you know, UCF has had their kicking troubles. Stanford is a notorious kicking trouble. Their kicker has been a liability all season. They've shied away from kicking field goals at times, even in obvious situations. I don't think they can rely on him to win this game if it comes down to that.
He's a nutcase. He's a nutcase. You know, CJ, they're trying to drain the clock here. I think there's 3:04 to go. But I'll tell you what, I don't want to give the ball back to UCF with any time left if I'm Stanford.
At this point, I think there's way too much time on the clock, and there's going to be a big reception over the middle. They're across the 25 and diving forward randomly. St. Clair could have fumbled that ball on that dive, but he's going to get down to the 22-yard line, and just like that, Stanford are in field goal range. And now here's the question. Do they drain as much clock as they can, or do they score quickly and say, hey, if UCF scores, we can get the ball back and try to win it? Ball start here on Stanford. Will back it up 5 yards.
I keep saying it, but if the drag routes are working, if the halfback routes are working, I guess you just keep running them. I'm just stunned that they aren't being stopped yet.
First down and 15, another throw out of the backfield. This one's complete for a gain of 7 to Irwin. He's got what seems like 10 times as many receiving yards as rushing yards in this game.
You run that to the 2-minute warning.
They're running it to the 2-minute warning. Stanford's position is clear. Kill as much clock as possible, but they're going to need to get a first down. I think UCF has to start burning timeouts starting now if this is not a first down. Back to passes, Daniels over the middle, caught, and just shot. That is the worst position UCF could have been in right there. I think you would have rather him had the first down because now it's an extra play that Stanford can run it. I think they're just going to run the ball 2 times in a row now. The tree looks
You got to be careful running it. They're going to send everyone.
As another quarterback sneaker for the first. And now UCF, they can run the ball 3 times. And if they do that, there's only going to be 20 seconds left for UCF if they can kick the field goal. If I'm the Cardinal, I'm not throwing this football. Absolutely not, no chance. Handoff here to Irwin. Breaks a tackle. He's got to go down, and he does at the 3. UCF calls their final timeout.
You just knee it from here, don't you?
I would knee it 100%. Take 80 seconds off the clock. There's 108 to go, and
you question it. You question the play calling right now for Stanford, CJ.
If he fumbled that ball, he'd never hear the end of it. He is going to try and sneak it one more time, it looks like. If he gets the first down, it's a chip shot field goal to win it. And he got it. He got it. And the Stanford Cardinal are a chip shot 20-yard field goal away from Clemson. This is a comeback for the ages. There's no other way to put it.
I thought Stanford, I'll give it to Stanford. They came back. This game is not over. They need to kick the field goal, okay? But they kept it under control, CJ.
You got to give them credit where credit's due, but hey, they have to still make this. The bounce house is going to be as loud as it's been all season long. It's going to be a 20-yarder. Stanford will call the timeout. I'm just going to say this, Pooch. He called the timeout with 3 seconds to go. UCF's going to get a kickoff return. The 3 seconds are not going to come off the clock.
They got to make the field goal, CJ.
And he is going to make it. Oh, wait, 3 seconds did come off somehow. This game is over. The Stanford Cardinal have come into Orlando and taken down the Golden Knights. 38-35, your final score. An incredible comeback for the ages by the Stanford Cardinal. They threw 2 more pick sixes, but somehow they're moving on. A game of mistakes, and UCF just made the last one. A 35-14 lead.
A little bit of celebration by UCF at the beginning there. Stanford with a little bit of celebration, going for a delay game after the pick 6. That was a great game, CJ. That was a dirty game, I think, by both sides. But Stanford comes out with the win, and I'll give it to Stanford. What a game by them as they shut UCF out in the second half.
We're going to see if we can get J.T. Miller, the president of Stanford, in the call to ask him some questions after that one. But that is incredible.
It's stunning. It is stunning is what it is.
I mean, I'll be honest. I was saying the game wasn't over. Don't get me wrong. I thought UCF was going to win. Don't get me wrong. But I'm stunned.
This league is ready to be advanced, right? Everyone play?
Yeah, we are good to advance now. So that will bring us, and we now have the president of Stanford. We have JT Miller in here. JT, first off, congratulations on that comeback. What are your thoughts on it as a whole?
Not gonna lie, after the first quarter, had to get in there, talk to Ashton Daniels. A lot of those throws, not the throws we wanted. Had to change up the game script a little bit. Coach COGAN's defense came in at us hard. They threw a lot of different looks at us that we weren't prepared for. A lot of man coverage.
So, let's talk about your offensive game plan. In that second quarter, or excuse me, in that second half, you really just went to straight drag routes, straight plays out of the backfield. There wasn't really anything deep. Was the game plan altered? Were you afraid of Ashton Daniels throwing the ball deep?
I'm not gonna say we were afraid of him throwing the ball deep, but shout out to Coach COGAN. He threw out so many defensive looks that I just wasn't sure where to throw the ball. I felt like the safest area, as usual for my team, is usually in between 5 to 10 yards. There's a couple of questionable balls, like the angle route moving forward. The linebacker almost made a nice play, but in the end,
JT, you want to play later?
Done. I'll let you know.
Now, one more question, and then I'll let the commission ask some questions for you.
Down 28-7, you know. Everybody's staring at us. We got the backs to the wall. Everybody's wondering what's going down. Even going in, you think 35-21 in the third quarter. That's a disadvantage. I'm still down 14 points. And for some reason, Coach COGAN comes out and throws the football. My guy made a play, and after that, I knew where I was standing at.
One last question for you.
I knew the game was in my hands.
One last question, then we'll sign it off. Can you explain the coming out to take a knee after the touchdown to end the first half, and then also the pause after the quarterback sneak was stopped?
I think after that, you had to just, you know, come out in victory formation, because I had a feeling I knew where the game was headed after that. I think that I held Coach COGAN to a total of 0 points in the second half. I could be mistaken, but I think that's safe to say that after that, he was a little bit rattled. You know, I came in throwing in the second half. I started blitzing a lot more, noticing that his quarterback couldn't process that. I just had a feeling that I had it figured out. As usual, I'd throw a couple of pick sixes. Seems to be the norm.
Well, we'll call this one a birthday gift for sure. We're going to congratulate you one more time, and then we're going to let you go. Thank you very much, JT. Good luck in the second round against Clemson.
Thank you very much, Coach Rio.
That was Stanford President JT Miller, and that's going to be it for us.